spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know all the words, but it's time for fall. Salutations! I'm Becca, this is Words and Other Malarkey, and today I am going through my fall TBR. I'm very excited for the fall vibes. Fall is my favorite season, and yeah, I'm definitely ready for a new season, and yes, I'm still gonna do seasonal TBRs probably till the end of the year, and then I'll think about doing monthly TBRs. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So in my summer wrap up, I talked about how I wanted to read more stuff that I actually chose for myself and liked. So I'm gonna do that. And I have a pretty ambitious, I think, TBR. Keeping in mind that I am a very slow reader and it's 3 months worth of books. This probably is going to seem like a small list to some of you. I'm not ashamed. Kudos to you for reading that much in a month or a week or whatever. You know, honestly, I wish I could. But yes, this is ambitious for me. So here we go. All right. First on the list. If I can get it from the library, because I'm currently like 7th in line on hold, the book everybody's reading right now, A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. I'm really excited to read this. I don't usually go for trends. I usually ignore them or I'm just totally oblivious to them. But I want to read this both because I want to participate really badly in the Krusty Club, the book club hosted by Chanel Time. I really also just am legitimately curious about this book. I've heard so much about it and I love the idea of it and I want to read it. Well, I'm hoping I get it by early September because that is the September book for the Krusty Club. But if I don't, I'll just have to catch up and that's fine. I'll deal with it. Next book on the list, which I have right here, is Vampire Academy Book 3, which was on my summer TBR and I never got to it. So it's getting carried over. You know how these things work. It's rolling over to fall TBR. And you know what? It's a good season for vampires because it's spooky season. And yeah, still wanting to read this, still wanting to get through the series eventually. Just have a lot of other things to read first, I guess. Next, I want to read Stardust by Neil Gaiman. He's like a really popular author, so you probably know how to pronounce his name. Does anybody know how to pronounce his name? Okay, anyways, it's just gonna be like a chronic series of me mispronouncing authors' names. Great, fantastic. Stardust. If you've seen the movie I really enjoy. It's something else. It's quite a wild ride, but such a fun, like, family fantasy movie. And I did not know it was based on a book, but my sisters recently read, like buddy read without me, Stardust. So I want to read it so I can catch up to their buddy reading and we can all talk about it together. Maybe I'll do an episode where we all talk about it together if they will agree to go on camera with me. Sister book club would be pretty fun. We're all readers in the family. Yeah, my sisters actually read more than I do, which is just really ironic because I'm supposed to be the writer and the English major, but my sisters both have lots of creative capabilities, so I guess it doesn't really matter if you like to write or whatever. It's about how much you like the books that you read. And then I really want to read, because I've heard a lot about it and it kind of sounds like it's up my alley, an Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. I heard this on another booktuber's like recommended books. I forgot what like the specific subject of like the recommended reads was, because I think it was specific, and I'm fascinated. It sounds a little bit to me like the Princess of the Midnight Ball series, just kind of with its like aesthetic. It was also said in this booktuber's video that it has a lot of fall vibes, and I want some fall vibes, okay, in my books, at least a few of them. So I hope to read an Enchantment of Ravens this season. And then also carrying over from my summer TBR is My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite. I actually didn't look up how to pronounce her name once again. I've failed in that regard. I never got to read it over the summer because I didn't get a copy I could access from the library. I don't really know what happened. And then I just never really like tried to fix the issue. Got busy with other things. So I will be getting it. Actually, I have it on hold right now and it's ready for me to pick up, but I'm waiting for some other things to be ready too before I go for that. So I really do want to read this book. When I heard about it on Overdue Podcast, I had to pause the episode midway because I didn't want to spoil it for me because it sounded so fascinating. And usually I don't care, like when I'm listening to Overdue, like I listen to a lot of episodes of books that I've never read and I don't care if they spoil it for me. But this one in particular, I was like, hold up. This sounds cool. Sounds a lot like Dexter to me. Okay, cool. So I also want to read. Okay, these ones I'm excited about because I have a whole idea for these next 3. Because I had my local library on Facebook. I just happened to be scrolling and they had like a post that was like, tell us your recent read and we will recommend 3 reads for you based on that book. So I did it because I was just there. I was like, ooh, cool, blah, blah, blah. And I think the book I was reading was Defy the Worlds. So they recommended 3 sci-fi romances for me. And I am going to read them. And when I do, I will do a video specific to those 3 and like how they stacked up, how I liked them. So the first one that they recommended was Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I never heard of it before. I have it on hold on audiobook because we're going to be on a road trip soon and I need books to listen to, and that one is one that I think would be a cool one to listen to. So yeah, I don't really know what it's about. I don't. I know it's like kind of sci-fi, urban fantasy, something about monsters. So that sounds cool. That sounds super cool. The other one is All Our Wrong Todays by Elan Mastai. And that one is about a guy who gets transported back to like 2016, I think, or like an alternate reality of 2016. I read the description a while ago, so I don't remember exactly what is going on in that book. But it did sound interesting to me. Obviously, he's from the future, or else this wouldn't make sense. So I think it's about him just kind of like seeing alternate versions of his life. So maybe like a time loop kind of deal, but not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that one is. Could be interesting. And then another one, the third one was Crosstalk by Connie Willis. Another one I've never heard of. None of these 3 I've heard of, which is about like this futuristic technology that can allow you to read your significant other's thoughts. And it's like a couple decides to do it, and it's about the impact that it has on their relationship and stuff. So sounds very not thinking of what it reminds me of right now, but it does sound kind of like an episode of Black Mirror or something. So I'm very curious about that one as well, and I'm hoping to read it soon. The next one on the list I also have, and it is Dead Mr. Mozart by Bernard Bastable. Bastable? Yeah. So this one my sister got for me when she was on vacation. She like went to a thrift shop and she got it for like 75 cents, and she was like, I bought you this book, but I don't know if you're gonna be into it. Like, you don't have to take it if you don't want to. And as soon as I saw it, Dead, Mr. Mozart, I was like, no, I'm taking it, because it's about the ideas that Mozart never died, and he's been like kind of living in hiding, and someone gets murdered and he solves the mystery. So it's like Sherlock Holmes but with Mozart. I love the idea of this, and look how short it is. It's gonna be so easy to read. I might like take it with me on vacation and try to read it like on the drive because it's so short. Oh my god, it just sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. So yeah, I'm glad she found this for me because I have never heard of it before. I never heard of this author, and that's right up my alley. Good job, sis. You did a good job. Next on the list, and I'm going to talk about this book a little bit more in my next video because this is part of a bigger haul, but I feel like I have to read this season. This is This Dark Endeavor by Kenneth Opel, who wrote the Airborne series that I still need to finish. That's a really great series. Now, this is a prequel to Frankenstein. So it's like in the Frankenstein universe. I think he's like trying to stay in canon. This book is about the events that lead up to him discovering how to reanimate life. Depending on how the characters are set up and how this plot is set up, I may or may not like it, because I found that like sometimes it just doesn't feel like it adds anything to the original story. But this one might. So this looks very interesting. Looks very Frankenstein Chronicles. If you haven't watched that show on Netflix, oh my god, that show is a wild ride. Holy shit. I also need to finish Kingdom Keepers 3. I was supposed to do that this summer. It didn't happen. I'm like a third of the way through it. I don't know. Honestly, like I said in my last video, it's a lot more interesting than I expected. It's something else. So I do want to read it. It's just I've been so busy, guys. So busy. I'm sorry. And then I hope to read Kingdom Keepers 4 this fall. So continuing onward with that, and then, you know, I didn't expect to get anywhere with this one, but Alexander Hamilton biography, still slowly, glacially making my way through it. I am hoping, and this is me just being very optimistic, that I get to the halfway point by the end of the season. Yeah, man, maybe I'm just not cut out for like nonfiction biographies, especially long ones. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's my fall TBR, and things are probably gonna get added to it as we go along. I already have like an Agatha Christie novel that I've added to it. And plus I don't even know what I'm reading for Readsy. Right now I'm still reading Tales from the Red Sun Village. I'm almost done with it. I wanted to hit the ground running in September with a pretty solid TBR so that I have a plan, and you can see that I've definitely got these spooky vibes down, man. I'm ready for fall. It's actually been a very mild summer, so like heat wise I'm not too concerned. Mostly I'm just ready for like leaves changing and pumpkin spice and pumpkins and Halloween. Ooh, so fun. So tell me what you're reading this fall, or you know, if you do your like stuff monthly, like tell me what you're reading in September. Like, comment, and subscribe. I gotta find creative ways to say that because I just really get tired. I just feel like it's so like self-promotional-y. Anyways, yeah, keep it weird and think spooky thoughts.